There are some people on earth, they are convinced and they really believe that you can read the future on a man's bald head. Here on the channel we have the opportunity to test it. So come a bit closer, not too much. La Juve priorité de Zinedine Zidane. Juventus is the priority, is the number one priority of Zinedine Zidane. Mercato Bomba launched this morning by RMC Sport. You know, I don't like usually to speak about future coaches because I want to respect the one that we have until the end of the season. But of course, if the world of Juve, Juventini of the world are speaking about it, I wanted to give my opinion. Why would Zidane be the perfect deal for Juve? But also giving you a list, why Zidane? We still have some doubts about him being the Juve coach. And then finishing with my opinion, what do I believe of the story of RMC Sport. So put a maximum of like, subscribe to the channel, but on that one, I really want a maximum of comments. I really want to know your opinion about the bald French man that can potentially come to Juve next season. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. So we start immediately with the tweet of RMC Sport that was saying, libre depuis son départ du Real Madrid en mai 2021, free from Real Madrid since May 2021, Zinedine Zidane is looking to find a club in the summer. Not a lot of clubs are able to attract Zinedine Zidane, but there is one. Un en particulier qui est devenu sa priorité, une institution qu'il connaît bien, la Juventus. But there is one in particular that attracted him, that he wants now, because it became his priority, Juventus. This is what RMC tweeted this morning. There is also a big article that I will try to come back on in a second, so let me go with yes or no. But before that, warning people, we are speaking about rumors, we are speaking about next season, we are speaking about the fact that we have a coach that now we have to continue to support at least until the end of the season, because on Sunday we have Napoli, then we have to continue to play in Serie A, we have to beat Inter to try to go in the Coppa Italia final and win, we have to try to go in Sevilla, winning against Sevilla to go and try to go in the final of Europa League and to win. So we have a lot of games where we need to focus on. So the games of believing that the coach will be changed now in the month of April, let's put it aside. We go back to Zinedine Zidane. Why would it be a big name that I would say yes to from next season to Juve? Well, first of all, Zinedine is Zinedine. Zidane is Zidane. The name, the fame, the allure, the class. Well, that's why I'm making the video. Guys, do I need to explain more? Zidane is Zidane. It's a player that is there in the pantheon. Top 10 ever, maybe even top 5. We can discuss. You know, you can even tell me maybe where do you classify in the best ever players from the world, from the entire football planet, Zinedine Zidane. Curious to see that number in the comment section. But Zinedine Zidane, well, enough said, the name is the name. And that's only for the name that I would say yes. These players like Claudio Marchisio, Giorgio Chiellini, Alessandro Del Piero, these players coming back to Juve, we love it. Not necessarily as a coach, but having them in your club is always beautiful. So that's the first one. Then, hey, he's a legend of Juve because he played 5 seasons. Some people might forget it. 5 seasons at Juventus until 2001. 212 games. He scored 31 goals, 6 trophies won, 2 times the Scudetto. Unfortunately, he never won the Champions League with Juventus. But he knows how to do it as a player and especially as a coach. Well, Zinedine Zidane, something important, he still speaks Italian. Why? He still has some businesses in Italy, in the city of Torino. That has never been a secret. He has, a small football field there in Torino with some activities. He loves the city of Torino. When he's able to, he travel from where he is in Madrid or whatever to Torino because he really loves the city and has always found a place in his heart. You know it, huh? Zinedine Zidane came from Bordeaux and we made him big. We made him huge also himself, but at Juventus. So special place in his heart for Juve has always been there from Zinedine Zidane. He knows the club in and out, and even it's true that in 2010 he left, he still has always been in contact with Juventus, with the family Elkan, that is playing a big role in attracting Zinedine Zidane. The power of Elkan, the influence as a man of John Elkan, and these small relationship that I've since all these years being entertained between the two, well, that's an important factor to see maybe Zinedine Zidane in the future at Juventus. Decisive in attracting players, because that's important. When you are a young promising player, and you have the ability to be coached by Zinedine Zidane, you don't think twice. You go to Zinedine Zidane, because he is the one that can learn you how to control a ball with the exterior of his foot. Go back on YouTube, watch the clips of Zinedine Zidane. Well, he's there. Players, they love Zidane. The charisma, the player, you go, because you also know that he knows how to win the Champions League. Listening to a player, or now a coach, a man like Zinedine Zidane talking to you for hours about football, well, you go. I would even go for free. They don't need to pay me, but that's another story. And we know that at the moment, Serie A has difficulties to attract some players. We know that Juventus, we don't know the future yet. Champions League or not in the future, well, having a name like Zidane attracts some players, the curiosity. Then you will tell me, Beppe, but if, as you said, we don't know the future, what it will bring. Will Juventus still be in Europe next year, yes or no? Well, apparently, according to RMC, and I'm quoting, il serait prêt à s'engager sur un projet à long terme, progressif, quitte à ne pas jouer l'Europe les premières années. He would be ready, according to RMC, to engage himself on a longer project with Juventus. Progressive, one that you are building, even if in the first years you are not playing Europe. Attenzione, that's a big news. If this is true, which I doubt highly, but I will come back on that, but if this is true, well, it could happen. Building has always been the big question mark, because Zinedine Zidane, he won already Champions League, and that's why maybe I say, okay, he already won it 3 times, maybe he said, I want now to show the world that are still doubting that I can build, that I can work with the youth, because this is the key of the next Juventus, next-gen project, bringing them in the first team. Well, Zinedine Zidane, he trained Castilla, the next gen of Real Madrid, and some players like Valverde, but also other players that were not directly with him in Castilla, but were promoted for some trainings like Vinicius Jr. and so on, they are all speaking super well about how Zinedine Zidane managed them. And that's important for these Fagioli, Miretti, Sule, Ealing Jr., Barrenechea, Rovella that can come back. Imagine, next-gen team, with the experience that he built up in Real Madrid Castilla, well, that would be beautiful. Pairing it with the fantastic experience that he had in managing big names, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Modric, and so on and so on. Well, we don't have maybe all these big famous names. Ronaldo is not there anymore, but we still have a Paul Pogba. La France. They respect each other. Reminding some people a bit of history, they both scored on the same field. One was in the Le Alpi, one was in the Allianz Stadium, but it is the same field. The first goal at Juventus in the same goal against the same team, Inter. That's important. He's without club. That's easier to attract. And of course, he knows how to win in Europe. He already did it. And that's something that sometimes is missing to Juventus, knowing how to go and win that final, that it can be Europa League, that it can be Champions League, but he knows how to do it. Now, on that list, there are also some no's, because it's not only yes. Why would I say no to Zinedine Zidane? Well, the first thing is he managed one club at high level, and it is Real Madrid. And when we are speaking about Real Madrid, it is Real Madrid. Look at the team that he had in his 2 times that he went back to Real Madrid. Well, look, he's a manager. He's a manager that didn't need to really build, to work with a team that has structural problems. The team was complete, and he just needed to convince them that they were strong, and they did really well. The thing is also, we are speaking about long-term project. Well, when you see the career of Zidane as a coach, he never stayed really long. 2 seasons and a half, and then leaving because approaching a burnout. Then again, 2 seasons and a half, and stopping because he was approaching a burnout. Well, if we are speaking about long project, what is a long project in the eyes of Zinedine Zidane? This is what I'm really asking myself. As a player, he stayed longer. As a coach, is he able to take all this pressure for a long time? Because in Juventus, you have pressure. You have a lot of pressure. And probably that pressure will come immediately. The day that you sign Zinedine Zidane, well, the people will expect, especially the ones that are not immediately supporting Juventus day by day, are expecting that you are showing immediately that you win the Scudetto and that you go and win the Champions League. Something that we all want. And we need to go back to win. And a name as Zidane could make it easy easier in our thoughts, but it's not a guarantee. So attenzione for that pressure. Well, another problem, we still have Massimiliano Allegri next year. If Massimiliano Allegri is not leaving by himself, you need to dismiss him. 20 million euro total package of 2 years. And from that moment on, you need to start paying Zinedine Zidane. That is not a coach that comes for free. He loves Juventus, we are okay, but it's not a coach that will earn 1 or 2 million. So attenzione. And then a lot of people, they love the Conte effect, the Tudor effect, these behavior of motivators that are coming into the locker room and saying, now it's over, with being 7th, with being out of the Serie A ranking, we need to go, we need to fight, that grinta. Well, Zinedine Zidane is a bit in the family, in the category, in terms of how he managed, more in the Ancelotti style, a bit more silence, a bit more managing, a bit more in the family of the Allegri style, mature, calma, tranquillo in the locker room, in front of press conferences. It's not like Conte, so that could be potentially, you know, that change. Remember, Juventus, they love to go from one behavior of a coach to a total different one, to change a bit what is happening. You remember, right? That switch between Conte and Allegri. So a lot of things there that are saying also, not sure Zinedine Zidane could be the right coach immediately next year. Now, my opinion, that's how we finish the video. I believe it's rumors. Every single time that Zinedine Zidane is free, but even when it's not free, when we are approaching May, when we are in the month of April, we are starting speaking about Zinedine Zidane to Juve. How many times did we speak about the name? Because we want that. We really want that one day Zidane becomes the coach of Juve. We know it. It's the moment where everything is crucial. Sometimes you are not winning, you are far from winning, you are wishing for a change, and Zinedine Zidane is easy. It's an easy name. I'm also thinking that Zinedine Zidane wants that RMC is speaking about him. Why? Because of course, he doesn't need to be forgotten, because it's already 2 seasons that he's not training anymore. He wants his name to be out there. He doesn't want to go to Paris Saint-Germain, but he wants that people are speaking about him because he wants to continue to coach as soon as possible. Well, on the other side, if you go and you sign Zinedine Zidane, you're sending a message. As a club, you're sending a message that you really want a drastic change in a lot of things, and that you're still Juventus, because with a name as Zinedine Zidane, well, you're saying to UEFA or to Serie A or to wherever, we are still a serious club that wants to go really high, and we are trying to find the best one on the market. Well, this is what I believe. Again, the chances are really small. I will wait until the end of the season to see what's happening first with the future of Max Allegri, and then we can speak about it. Let me know in the comment, maximum of likes, subscribe to the channel, grazie, forza, Juve.